Okay, so I'm just going to go over using some of the basics on HARLO. You'll start off with a screen like this, which should have all the lists that you're currently subscribed to. If you haven't got a list on there, you can just go to Find Lists, put the title, the module number, or the instructor for that list down, and you can search for lists that way. Alternatively, you can search by department. So I could search. I'll just pick one, business management. It'll bring back all the lists we have for that department. You can then just add that to your lists. And now if I go to my lists now, that starting and development business module is there. Okay, so how to create a section within a list. First of all, find your list from your chosen lists. We'll click on test 1. As there's now sections already in this, it prompts you to add a new section. If there was some in there, it probably wouldn't do this. I'll just close that. And then if we just click on new section, give the section a title, I'll just put research, a description, expected reading for week 1. You can put start and end dates in should you need, and then create, and that's added the section for you. Okay, I've added some extra sections to this. If you do want to rearrange your sections, you simply do it by getting the hold of that drag section, and you can just simply drag that week up, drag that week to the bottom. Okay, so now we need to add some content to our list. We'll do this first via HARLO. You need to click on the add items, and this will bring up a search box. It gives you the same search as you get in HARLO, so search everything, articles, books and more, repository, and we also get ALMA. So to add a book, if we just click on books and more, put in a search term, put research methods in, click on the box to search, and it'll bring back resources from HARLO. You can simply drag and drop it across, so into whichever section you need to. In this case, I'll drop that into research, or alternatively, I'll just find another book. You can click on the title, and you'll see it's got a section selected there, supply chain. You can change that to business strategy, and we can just add it, and it should pull it straight across to there from there. The other alternative is if you want to search for journal articles, you just change your search to articles and more. I'll keep it still research methods, and as you see, it pulled through an article, and it's exactly the same process. Just drag it to where you want it, or click and choose which area you would like to put it in. Okay, the other way of adding things to your list is adding things that aren't actually in HARLO. So you can add anything that's got a URL. So anything on the internet, may it be a YouTube video, just an internet page, website, or anything else on the internet. First of all, what you'll need to do that, if you're using Google Chrome, you'll need to show your bookmarks bar. So if you click on the 3 dots in the top right hand corner, go down to bookmarks and show bookmarks, you'll see your bookmarks bar appeared. You then need to go to where your initials are in the top right hand corner from your login. Click on there and click on the Cite It button. You then simply drag this button onto your bookmarks bar and close. If I now then search for a web page, so let's just search, I'll just go into YouTube. So let's pick something from YouTube. If we go into YouTube, just pick some random video. That sounds good. You then click on the Cite It, and you see it pulls through the details here, and you can add it in the same way. So just add, choose test 1, and we'll put it in research and add. If we now go back into HARLO and open up HARLO, and add up research, you'll see that that video has been added. Okay, I'm just going to show you how to add a note now. You can add a note to individual items. This is useful if you want to say to students to read a certain chapter of a book, or watch a video for a certain time. So if you just click into the title of the resource, you'll see, if you scroll down, you have add public note. You click on there, read chapter 12 for week 3. Save. If you go back now, close that and go back, you'll see that that is showing visible within the record and HARLO. If you suggested students to read a certain chapter of something we have in print, you can request digitization of that chapter from within HARLO. As you can see, all the sections are currently closed. If you click on this toggle section view, it'll open all sections. And if I just pick this book, for instance, if I just click into the title, you'll see it says ask the library to create digital copies of this citation. So if we click on digitization request, you may want chapter 3 digitized, which are the pages 15 to 27. Obviously make this up, and then submit, and it will send fire off an email to us to digitize the chapter for you. If I just go back, you can see what it looks like. So for instance, this chapter has been digitized. This chapter is scanned and available in the risk and risk management section. So there's a note put on it. It says there digitization approved. If you just view online, you'll get a digitized version which the students will be able to access straight away. So there's a copyright notice on the front, and there's the actual digitized chapter. Okay, so another thing that you can do is you can embed either sections or items or citations, as they call them in HARLO, directly into the Learning Hub page for that module. In order to do that, we'll embed this full section first, but it's the same process for each individual item. You go to the 3 buttons at the end, and you'll see it says LTI Direct Access. If I click on there, it will then give me a link, so I copy that to my clipboard. Okay, so now I go into the Learning Hub page for there. You have to have editing on, and go to add an activity or resource, pick external tool and add. You have to give the activity a name, so in this case we'll give it week 2 reading. I am just making this up. Pre-configured tool. If we go down to where it says HARLO, and then where it says show more, you need to go to custom parameters and paste that link in that we got from in HARLO. And now if I save and return to module, okay, you can now see that it says week 2 reading. If I click into that, it'll go out directly to that reading within the list. Okay, so if you want to direct somebody directly to a specific chapter within an ebook, you can also do this within HARLO. So first of all, if you just go to add items, change your search to books, and if we just put in the title of the book you're interested in, so Essentials of Marketing Brassington. Okay, so it's pulled through the book that I'm interested in. It says online there, so I know it's an ebook. If I just drag that across into the section I want, if I just click into the title now and view online, you'll see it goes to the full contents of the book. But maybe you want to get your students to read a specific chapter. So if you want them to, we go to segmenting markets, chapter 4. I click on that, and that goes directly to that chapter. If you then copy the URL at the top, so if I just Control C and copy that, and then go back into HARLO, close that, And then in the three dots at the end next to the title, if you click on edit item, it gives you the metadata for the item. I can add source then. So if I click on add source and paste in the URL I just copied, you can also change it from book to book chapter. And if we look at the chapter we're looking at was segmenting markets. So I'll change that segmenting markets. You can also put the chapter number in, so you can edit the details in here. You can put the page numbers in as well if you wish. And then if I just click on save, you'll see now that that's changed to book chapter and segmenting markets. If we then click back into the title, you'll see we've got three links now. The final one is the actual link to the chapter. So if we click on these three, we can hide the other two, and then if we click on that one, it goes directly to the chapter that we want the students to read. Okay, so you can also copy full sections from one list to another. So you may have a section that you've created in one resource list that you think will be useful for other sections. So how to do that is if we go into a guide to Harper Adams University, you'll see that I've made a section here called Academic Skills. So it's got guide to referencing, report writing guide, so on. So I want to copy this section into the test one that I did earlier. So if I just click on the three dots at the end, you'll see you've got copy section, and then it says new section, name of new section. We'll just take the copy of academic skills and where to copy it to. So it has to be one of your lists that you've already got. So if I click on test one, confirm, and now if we go back to our lists and click on test one, you'll see the sections there. It hasn't actually brought everything through straight away, so let me just refresh it, and there you see refreshing it's brought through the full contents of the section as well.